Over here is where I have my black raspberries. And I was out here looking around and I found such a good example of this that I just had to take the opportunity to talk about it. But these things have done this on their own. I didn't bury them or anything, but you can do it yourself and control what it does instead of letting them do it naturally. But if you notice this cane here, it's got some long scraggly ends, and some of those have touched the ground and they've just naturally done what's called tip layering. The very tip of the plant has rooted. If you pull on it, it won't come up. That's because there's roots. And we have another one here, and it's also rooted. You can see where it had some growth last fall. And this one here has got some little sprouts coming up, but it's rooted also. Now if we just left these as they are, what would happen in the spring is this would get some really strong vertical growth and it'd be a whole new plant. But just to show you what's going on underneath the ground, I'm going to go ahead and dig this one up. We can find out how many roots it has. Feels like it's got some pretty decent roots. I'm just going to pull it up by hand now, if I can. You can see there, shake some of the dirt off of it. Look at the roots on that. That's some pretty impressive roots. Now what you can do also is, like in the spring, once it starts growing, you can just cut it away from the main plant and it'll grow right where it's at. Or you can transplant it with a lot of dirt to a new place before it grows too much. Or if you want to, what you can do is control it even more than that and put the tip of a cane, a long one like this, put the tip in a flower pot or container, and that way it'll root in the container, and then you can transplant it where you want in the spring. But I just wanted to show you how these things have naturally tip layered on their own. Now I don't need any more plants and I don't want them spreading, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these back, but I'm going to go ahead and get the other two dug up here and we'll take a look at those also. Here's the first one, and here's the other two. On this one here you can see some new bud growth starting, and you know, once the soil warmed up and got to be springtime, those would really take off. And then here's the third one here, and it's got some really nice roots on it. If I needed more plants, this would be an easy way to get them. And another thing, while I'm talking about it, that you can do besides tip layering is if you got a long one like this that's low to the ground, what you can do is stake it down and bury part of it, then leave part of it above the ground, bury another part of it, leave part of it above the ground, and bury another part of it. And you can produce several plants that way. I think that's called serpentine layering, but that's one more option. And even another way you can do it is to take part of the cane and wrap it in plastic that has soil, like a big plastic bag where it'll hold soil, or even I've seen people do it with like a 2-liter plastic bottle, that sort of thing. Anything that'll hold soil that will stay around the cane, and then once it forms roots you can cut it below and then transplant it in a new location. But I just wanted to share that since we had such a good example of the tip layering out here. If you're just finding this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you have subscribed, then like, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.